We now head on out to our Lloyd Allen in the Morning Edition traffic team for your Wednesday's traffic commute.
Good morning. We are giving you your first look at traffic today, coming in from western New Providence. This is at the intersection of West Bay Street and Skyline Drive. If you are familiar with this area, you know that there is a slow flow of traffic coming out of the west. That's the eastbound lane heading into the downtown area. If you do need to utilize this route to get to your various destinations, you should be able to do so nice and smoothly without any hiccups. This morning we're also joined by Sergeant Cressinia Johnson from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, who's giving us an update on incidents over the past 24-hour period.
And a pleasant good morning to you and a pleasant good morning, Bahamas. Over the 24-hour period, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division investigated a total of 7 accidents. One of those accidents involved an overturned vehicle that occurred in the area of Minnie Street and Balfour Avenue. At this time, we still have 13 persons who remain hospitalized after being injured in a traffic accident.
Now, of course, Officer Johnson, one of those things that persons may see as they see us out here on camera and on television, of course, engaged in conversation. But today we're talking about when you're pulled over by police, having another kind of conversation. And so guide the viewing public, the motoring public, how does one engage with conversation with the police officer to avoid any hiccups?
Well, at the end of the day, the first thing I'm thinking about is professionalism. So whenever an officer approaches your vehicle based on whatever infraction, if it's an infraction under the Road Traffic Act, under the road traffic regulation, we talked about behavioral offences, where, for example, you do not wear your seatbelt or you're driving in excess of the speed limit. But these infractions, once you beckon to stop, the officer is going to beckon to your vehicle using hand signals, using their siren lights, whatever it is. You want to pull your vehicle to the side of the street. As soon as they beckon you to do so, and during that conversation, it's basically the officer ascertaining information to make sure that everything that falls in line, that we spoke about yesterday with the fixed penalty notice, that they get that information to make sure that your matter is properly dealt with. So the conversation, as much as possible, keep it to the information that is required. You're going to be asked a series of questions, and as much as possible, provide those answers to the best of your knowledge. We ask, according to the Act, that you have your driver's license, your insurance, as well as the certificate of title for your vehicle. This calls for less questions to be asked. However, failing to give a police officer your correct name and address, or a name and address to which the officer believes is false, is an arrestable offense. So as much as possible, provide the correct information so they can get the job done.
All right, so some great information there. And of course, before we wrap up this morning, just reminding our viewers again, next week again is a big week here in the Morning Edition, specifically for the traffic team. We're going to be having several giveaways. So over the course of the next few days, be sure to tune into the social media platforms here in ZNS to find out where we're going to be next week. If you do happen to be one of those drivers while we're on live, just like this, you may be stopped and given a prize. Officer Johnson, any final words?
Yes, so as much as possible, we know this is the holiday season, so please be careful while you traverse the streets. Be vigilant, look around, be aware of your surroundings. Please do not put your gifts or anything of financial nature, of any value, on the car seat. Please secure those. You can secure those in your back trunks, in your car seat. Just don't have them. Don't make yourself that opportunity for that criminal element.
Remember, it's always about safe driving. For the Morning Edition, Lord Allen, ZNS Network News.